today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee.
I lived from the dentist. I lived.
You did. You did.
Oh, yes. I did not get a good report.
$300 for a cap.
One. And I'm supposed to
cap.
get 3.
Yeah.
That ain't going to happen for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
It could happen.
Well, it's
increments.
stupid. It is stupid. It is stupid that dental is separate than medical. Because it is the same.
Literally, it is a medical procedure. It is a medical thing. So why?
And that Medicaid would pay for a root canal, but they won't pay for a crown that is required after a root canal.
Uh-huh.
If we were not indigent, we would go to other dentists. God.
Well,
It's not just us.
if it's denying
just us.
If it's denying them for a cap, it would probably deny other.
No, I mean, if you have an actual, and then they're like, oh, but we're a teaching dental center thing, whatever. It was graduation day when I went in today, and I'm like, what? Oh, God, it's a fresh crop coming in. Yeah. The hygienist stays the same, so that's good. They're like paralegals. They're the ones that do everything.
Yeah. Which, that's very appreciated that they say.
Yes. Yes, because they learn about their clients.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like the hygienist was asking about kid.
Which is like, what? What? She asked about me?
Yes, because she likes you. And today was her birthday.
And a happy birthday to
another
her.
Another Cancerian, another little crabby person. She is just a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And very conscientious, very good at her job.
Mm-hmm.
And she was explaining that it's probably a sinus-related something with the vibration of the toothbrush. Because even when she was cleaning my teeth, I had sensitivities that I have never exhibited before.
Right. So that's interesting. That's an interesting development.
And because as far as where they have pushed the fluoride shit for so many years, and I'm like, no, let's don't. She gave me an alternative, which I did order off Amazon. I'll have to look and see what it was called because I can't pronounce it. But it's something else that is supposed to help remineralize your teeth.
It's a bougie brand.
It's
a bougie brand of toothpaste.
And at least I was able to afford that. $12 I can afford.
Oh.
300 and some per tooth, I can't.
Oh, there's a $500 bottle of toothpaste out there. Yeah. Luxury toothpaste.
What the hell? That's somebody that's got more. If you've got that much expendable money, buy me some teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it, man. Oh.
Help someone out in need.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's been crazy. But it got that done. Kid has khakis. He found out, found the mother load of khakis in the basement.
I did. So, you know what?
He's got khakis. Did you try the others on yet?
No.
Okay.
I will try them on when I get home.
Well, as long as you've got one to cover
two
your
pairs
ass
that
tonight,
I know of.
As long as you've got one, that's mostly what people wear at a time, is just the one pair.
Unless you got 4 sets of legs, Well,
if you're a centaur, I would say you're going to be having some other job than night stalking.
I was thinking more so conjoined twins. There's no 2 heads, it's just 2 asses and legs.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Dude, how do they take... Their bathroom would have to be specially made.
2 toilets set by side.
It's like the outhouses that used to have the 2-seaters.
Yeah.
Now, see, there was no problem for that. Appalachians made...
You know what? I want to know. The ones that's attached by the top of the head. How do they shit?
Right. God love them.
Does one of them have to stand up while
right? That's what I'm saying. That would be. And they've never
known is a wonderful morning
another
cup of
way of life.
Nah.
And when you sit and you try to get in somebody else's world just for a minute to try to see it, you're never going to see it accurately.
No.
Coffee slurp. Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that it's like one, be blessed that you don't have that experience.
Absolutely.
Acknowledge that you are very blessed for not having to go through that.
Absolutely. And these are things that we need when we pity party. If we want to do a pity party, to sit and ponder and sit there and go, no, I am blessed. I am blessed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, yeah, every day.
Yep, 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 yep.
But I was talking to kid, and I ponder lots because that's what I'm designed to do. And we were talking about sacred spaces. And Grok had compiled this. Yes, I did send a message to Greg Yang over on X, and I'm like, Grok is going backwards. Because he needed to know.
Yeah. When it's starting to turn into an SJW bot, you know?
Not only that, but with the images, it will give you something, and even with different prompts, it'll give you the same something, only it's like Taco Bell. It's just one little bit of a difference that it's not enough to notice.
Yeah, I've had that happen before, and I've done the refreshing multiple times. Mm-hmm. And it still gives me just a different rendition of the previous image.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, that I've basically stopped using it, which is counterproductive.
Yeah.
I was very professional. Because I will read some of the things that I post, and I'm like, my God, the total nerd mode is activated at all times.
Nerd!
It's where they train me to do the professional shit. And it comes
so that's not
through.
Nerd. That's not nerd.
It is nerd. It is nerd.
How's with professional shit nerd?
A lot of it is nerd. It can be nerd. You're doing good if it's nerd. And I think that Kid and I were, before the sacred spaces and stuff like that, go back to the dental for a moment. I think that all of them they must be, it was Vanessa, Astro Pandora, that had said as far as the Gen Z kids having whatever it was in Sag.
Okay.
Because they all look like rock stars. All these dental kids look like rock stars. It's
Are
like,
you saying that Gen Z looks good?
You could be a model or something. It's like, you know.
Are you saying that Gen Z looks good?
For me,
do I look like a rock star ever?
Sure. You are unique. You are you. And that's a wonderful thing. That's all you have to do is be you. Yeah. But it's like, for me, Sages always seemed like the golden children. Yes, they can get up their own asses, but as a Leo, no, we still got the throne on that.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're higher than average intelligence. They're good looking. They're athletic. That's pretty well golden child.
If you got a Leo that has Sag,
oh God,
you got a firestorm right there.
Oh, I would say that
got an ego trip.
Yeah, total, complete. But it was so funny. I'm like, I could have birthed most of the kids working in that office. You talk about an ego check.
I for once am not the youngest that works at a place anymore.
Yeah. I'd say that's probably, that puts things into perspective for you, doesn't it?
The dude that I got paired with, he's like 2 years younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's either 24 or turning 25 or something like that. And I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the, like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Wait till they pair you with one of these high school kids.
I mean, I've had the reverse of that where I, have worked with way older people than me.
Sure.
Well, I don't mind that. I can get along with older people.
Yeah. It's who you've been around all your life.
Yeah, pretty much so. I know how to swim those waters.
Yeah, so you need to, it's a matter of broadening your horizons. Even amongst your own age group. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
So, but with the sacred spaces, Kid and I, he was getting prepared for his shift later tonight and stuff. And yeah,
I actually did some self-grooming.
He was evening up his beard and different things like that. And I told him, I said, you know what? There's a barber shop out town. You could go out there, meet the barber, find out what his rates are and stuff. And I said, have you ever had a barber cut your hair.
You said you asked me if I've ever had a man cut my hair. And
That's
I'm like,
a barber.
No. There's a difference between a barber and a beautician. There
Yes.
is.
I'm talking about a true barber.
No.
Right. And this is something that people need to reclaim. Sacred spaces. And it's not just religious places. I mean, I had watched a video earlier, and I'm not trying to start a shit storm on some of this stuff. I really am not. For me, as a female, I do not want someone who is not a female in the same bathroom. I don't. Now, there are exceptions. If somebody in there was a gentleman one time in Walmart that he was the caregiver of, it must have been his wife or as a relative that was debilitated, and he was in there and he's like, I'm sorry, is this okay? And I'm like, honey, you do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. No reasonable female, wow, huge thunder.
Whoa.
No reasonable female would have objected to that.
Right.
But if you got a dude in a dress pretending to be a woman, now I will go J.K. Rowling on this. No, get out of my sacred space.
Yeah.
Where females, and especially with children's and stuff like that, no. Mm-hmm. No more so than men would want a woman in their bathroom.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Very.
And it used to be that barber shops, that was almost a sacred space for men. And it needed to be that. Mm-hmm. That was where, because men, they're different creatures than women. We are different species. We just are, sort of dependent on each other.
Under the umbrella of human, but different species.
Yeah.
Different breeds of human.
It started, I was thinking about this. Females started invading male spaces years ago. And some of it was, everything like that always starts almost innocently. And it was when female reporters were going into male locker rooms after sports ball games. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, well, why are only men allowed to go into the locker room? Now, honest to God, you've got a female going in there with these half-naked men. Now, that may be some people's fantasy, but that's going to make some of those people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I would say that the wives of some of those men, it made them uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt.
Garages used to be, and it's sort of one of those weird, because guys hang out around cars.
White women SJWs are the
plagues.
ones that have started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that have caused the current shit that we're in
right
now.
They were. And even as far as some of the military academies, it's like, did they have to be co-ed? Why couldn't they have created one that was for females? I mean, there for a long time, some of those military academies, they were just for males.
Right.
And again, you had people, we got to do co-ed, and it's, different people are going to have different thoughts about that.
Yeah. Just build another section for them.
Uh-huh. Same thing with the bathrooms. Build another section that or have a single use only.
Yeah. One
person per, toilet.
Well, that ain't going to work. There's no way. If you got to pee right then, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Single use at a time. Mm-hmm. If you're standing in a mile long line, somebody's going to pee on somebody's feet.
Absolutely. They should always have double or triple the amount of bathrooms for women than they do for men. It's true. It's true.
Now, you explain this to me. I know men's bathrooms get a bad rep. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
We pee a lot. I mean, seriously, it's just...
But I've been in women's bathrooms where they were in worse state before.
They didn't used to be, because a lot of people act like they have been raised in a barn. And it's like, if they will go into a public place and create that amount of just disrespect and filth, what are they living in? I mean, honestly, you have to ask. It didn't used to be that way. Some of us were taught better. If you drop something, pick it up. Do not make messes that you're not willing to clean yourself. Think of somebody else. Think about the people who do have to come in there and clean these things.
Let's see, what season of Bad Girls Club can I compare that type of person to?
See, shows like that, and it's like...
Season 2, maybe? The one that had... I don't remember her name, but she was the black girl, and she's like, y'all are fucking nasty.
She called them out.
Yeah.
Let's see, was Monique the lady that was there on that one, or where she was trying to teach people how to...
That was...
she was great. I loved her.
Charm School.
She's a classy lady.
She is. She is.
And these people do need to have someone teach them. Mm-hmm. And it's not, that has nothing to do with race. That has to do with proper parenting.
She genuinely wanted those women to improve themselves.
Yes.
I did not watch the season with Sharon Osbourne as the host, or as the lady that tried to teach them.
God, I can't imagine.
But it came after Monique.
She's not done too well with her own. Let's face it, Kelly's a whiner.
Yeah. I mean, they let their children...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's examples of what happens when you grow up in a dysfunctional home.
True.
Yeah.
With the bad added bonus of wealth.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it's like, it's no sin to be poor, but you don't have to sit there and revel in it.
Right.
It just does not have to be a lifestyle as far as...
What time was it supposed to storm? I didn't think that it was supposed to storm till late.
Well, the storms, because of the heat and the sun activity and stuff, that was a kaboom. Hopefully it'll be done by the time.
Rumbling.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll be done by the time she has to leave.
Hopefully.
But men need those sacred spaces away from women. Women need sacred spaces of their own, but because we do not play well with each other. No, not all women.
No.
There's some of us that could go out and have coffee and just sit and ponder and, and not be sitting. It doesn't, I don't know, maybe my brain's different, but it was not always about, as far as what so-and-so is doing, the gossipy, catty stuff. Mm-hmm. I never, don't include me in that. Mind your own business. You don't know what's going on in that person's life while they're doing what they're doing. I ain't spreading no gossip.
Right. Not doing that. Gossip ain't good.
Don't drag me into somebody else's drama.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you're just causing mess for other people. Like, stop it.
I mind my own business, and I don't want other people minding my business.
If they wanted to tell people, they would tell it themselves.
I'm an extremely private person, and I know the harm and the hurt that it causes when, for whatever reason, shit goes sideways and your life is everybody's chatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It does.
And it's a very hurtful thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And to sit there and go, all right, blessed be your name, Lord. This is an experience that helped guide me through this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's like I told that one church person, and when they were calling, it's like, well, did you know that so-and-so said? I said, well, you know what? If somebody's doing that, they're the people that need prayer the most.
It's true.
Yes. God has had me say, he's opened my mouth on some of this stuff, and I'm like, Lord, you're going to get me in trouble.
He's always protecting.
He is. I'm here to do a job. It's not a matter of me just being comfortable.
Right.
But sacred spaces like barber shops, garages, locker rooms, different things like that. Guys, reclaim your space.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need that. You do. That's the thing about that bond in the military and different things like that. Women will never understand that because we're not men. Now, we have a different type of thing. It's like at one time, Ass was like, I found out that the sisterhood was a lie. No shit.
What?
Like I
really?
said, 1 month working in a sewing factory will show you what you and a lot of other females are about.
They've never seen the drama side of YouTube.
Oh, God.
They never were on the internet back in 2016 through 2017, 18,
But
19.
You know, this was something as far as Appalachian culture, and we need to be protected. Our culture, our heritage needs to be protected because we're losing it, and that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. We've had so much stolen from us. But as far as the tradition and the culture of our people, which was that the women took care of the house. Now, they could do all other kinds of things.
Well, that was also because it was the man that went out and made the money and
Yes.
hunted and all that.
And was out in the field all day, mowing hay or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And for the woman to cook the meals and different things like that. That did not, I was taught to do whatever needed to be done, but not on a consistent basis. I sat and I watched my father work a public job and then go out and work another job, which was farming, on top of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of these people, nowadays, these idiots would sit there and go, well, you fix yourself a sandwich. Hell no. If somebody is putting forth that amount of effort, cook them a meal. Make sure that they have clean clothing or whatever like that. That's not necessarily catering. That's sharing the load.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was traditional that the men would eat first. Because after they ate, a lot of times they would go back out in the field or up on the farm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the women, we would sit and just talk about stuff. The kitchen table is a sacred space also.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To
It's a
sit
place
there
to gather and talk and share ideas and new
just
knowledge.
pick. That's the whole thing. Before you put the food up, everybody's just picking. It's like, oh, there's a crumb of this. That looks tasty. Let's eat it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to reclaim those sacred spaces. And when somebody is invading, to sit there and go, you are not invited.
Yep.
Your mind is a sacred space. If you've got thoughts that you don't want or whatever, you tell those thoughts you're not invited.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
And to respect somebody else's sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's having paranormal and supernatural and everything in between.
Yep.
I got to do a nighttime transport this evening.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, really.
I'll be at work.
Don't like to drive at night because the aging eyes and these whatever the hell kind of lights that they're using.
The LED bulbs.
That shit's dangerous.
I thought they put that up for like option of banning them.
I hope they do. They need to be banned because
or like
they
banning
cause
their manufacturing or
they
something
cause
like that.
a form of it's like a blindness.
Yeah. My headlights are still not bright enough.
Well, that's because we haven't gotten the kit yet to clean the external lenses.
I'm talking even as far as the one that is still basically kind of new, that's not fogged up to all hell. It's still not bright enough.
That's an Omega question.
Like both
Make
of them
sure that
combined,
there's-
it's like, my headlights are still not bright enough to compete with these
Well,
other
that
people.
may be a wiring issue or something. You could ask him about that.
I know they lock in there, they snap in there very, very odd. They're very
Yeah.
difficult to remove.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to tape these bulbs in.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, Cavaliers did not.
There's a lot of things with this car. I'm very appreciative of it, but
I get it. But when you can get you another one, I would suggest that because it's Cavaliers, especially old ones, it's like putting lipstick on a hog. Do you want to tell the peoples where we can be found?
yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at RolandaCOCWS. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Yeah. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And
Yep,
Lord
yep.
willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.